Hello everyone and welcome to Minor Incidents, covering Major Crime Season 6, Episode 3, entitled Sanctuary City, Part 3. This episode was written by Damani Johnson and directed by Nzinga Stewart. This episode actually just felt longer. It was a nice, solid episode. I really liked it. I was expecting more of another filler. This one, maybe the next one, but it wasn't. It didn't, at least, I mean, it probably was, but it didn't feel like it was. In this episode, we had the aftermath of what happened at the private quarters of the priest. Hot priest is going to Mexico. Good priest is like not happy that Sharon even went this route, that she even came in. She explains to him that it has nothing to do with the Catholic Church and she just wants to find these young men. After we find out Hot Priest is going to Mexico, there is more looking into the background of the Dreamer's next door neighbor. His name's Marvin Garrett. He is total racist and has guns. He has a license to sell firearms, which we also found out last episode, but he doesn't have a license for a particular gun that he's in one of his online web series. I wouldn't even call it that, but he just makes a bunch of videos saying the same shit about how racist he is and shooting off a gun because of course he does. And he has a suppressor on the end of one of his guns, and the suppressor is not registered to him, so they're able to go in and finally get this asshole out. It also allows them to get his daughter away from him so that they can talk to her. Her daughter's name is Kelly. Kelly was dating Diabetes Boy. Then comes out that one of the other friends actually had a crush on Diabetes Boy, and that it wasn't that they were interested in her or fighting over her or that he would even hurt Diabetes Kid. This was something that just happened. Buzz is able to find the area where Marvin Garrett has been shooting off his gun, and they go and search it, and they don't find anything. They find these two coolers, and they're expecting to be bodies in there, and there's no bodies, there's just MREs. They find a computer there that I guess he was doing his channel with. Website that he has up on his computer that he's left logged on for some reason. I don't know what website will keep them logged on for that long. It has essentially a hit list. People who are being attacked and or killed for just being an undocumented immigrant, or suspected to be an undocumented immigrant. We also find out that Hot Priest was not with the rest of the other kids during the field trip. He was off with some homeless people and undocumented immigrants who otherwise wouldn't be able to bury their loved ones, and doing some funeral services for them. He also pays with his own money to buy them caskets, headstones, essentially anything they may need for a possible burial. At the end, we have these shady FBI assholes go and pick up the two boys that they found in Mexico, They didn't tell Major Crimes Group anything of what happened. They brought them home. I didn't see Hot Priest with them, but the two boys were with them, and that was more important. So I'm curious of what else could possibly be done. I guess it's going to turn into a drug kind of thing. I don't know. We still got 2 episodes of this 5-parter. On the personal front, we had Julio's return. There was no real mention of anything that happened during his bereavement leave, but everybody was like, "Oh, Julio, welcome back." And then Sharon went up and gave him a hug, which was not unheard of, but they all thought it was a little weird. She was also having a lot of being dizzy. Sharon went to the church to go about her confession, and she blessed herself with holy water when she walked through the door. And she genuflected. That's what it's called, by the way. The technical term for kneeling in the aisle before you do anything else or go into your pew is called genuflecting. Catholics are weird. So she tells Good Priest, "Come on back, I want to talk to you," because this is something that she does often. She hasn't talked to him in a month, it sounded like, and she said she was having doubts about the Catholic Church. Now, what I thought we were going to hear was more about a private kind of thing, like, I'm having doubts in my relationship with Andy, I'm having doubts, whatever the case may be, but we didn't. It was all about the case, and I thought they missed out on a prime opportunity, unless it was cut. We know they love to cut things. Sharon was also getting dizzy in the murder room, and then at the end, after the FBI brought the boys back, and she was hella pissed about them trying to take over the case, keeping them in the dark about all the things that went on. Not even just saying, "Hey, we found them, you guys can stop looking." They had their people still out in the field looking for these boys, actively looking for these boys, putting themselves in danger. She starts yelling, and then all of a sudden, faints or something. We had medical whatever last season and this season before, and I really wish they were going a different way with that. We also had a couple great scenes with her and Rusty, which were lovely. We had one immediately after her confession where she sees that Rusty's making a murder board of the whole Stro thing. In the same scene, she asked him about Gus, and Rusty's like, I'm gonna write him a letter like you guys did in the 1980s, which makes everybody chuckle. He tells Sharon, like, why don't you take it easy, why don't you stay home tomorrow? So he's noticing something's going on too. And she's like, no, I won't feel right if I don't go. Rusty also commented that he's been going to the shooting range with Flynn, which is really cute. So I don't know what's wrong with Sharon. I don't think this is the flow. The previews were just clips of this episode. I wasn't too thrilled about it. I'm still not. Likes for this episode: Sharon going to church to talk to the priest. I wish we had more of a personal front to that instead of her just asking him and like mentioning to him about the case or like what was going on, but we didn't. I thought they missed out on a prime opportunity, but I did like that they had it in the first place. I liked Julio's return. I always love Julio being there. I like Camilla talking to the daughter. She was able to like talk to her like, I'm not gonna tell your dad, like, relax, it's not a big deal, just tell me what's going on. And with Tal being there, it added a grounding kind of element to it. Obviously Kelly doesn't feel the same way her father does, which is a great thing. And Kelly even mentioned like her dad didn't start being like this until her mom died, so I'm curious of what happened to her mom for her dad to take this route. I still love Wes. There's something about Wes, and it's not just that he's adorable. He's getting more and more sarcastic and like blending in with the rest of the group, and I really wish we would have got to see more of that in following seasons. But we have dislikes. I wish we would have had more Sharon scenes, especially if she's not feeling well. Some scenes with her and Andy, because you're gonna have them get married in a couple episodes and you're just not talking about them. You're not having them talk to one another. Andy did say, hey Sharon, you alright? You could hear him saying that, but other than that there wasn't any. I just like how shady the FBI is. I mean, obviously they gotta be shady. We have to have something that's blocking major crimes from doing their job, but I wish they would have taken a more professional approach with it, especially since the group was just starting to trust them a little more. Or I wish we would have had Fritz come in and try to be like a liaison or something like that. I also dislike that we still don't know what's wrong with Sharon. That could be something as simple as start of diabetes or high blood pressure. Like, it could be a wide variety of things, but I still don't know what's wrong with her. And we're 3 episodes in, and they mentioned the first episode, hardly mentioned the second episode, with the exception to like, I think there was one dizzy spell last episode, and then this episode we're getting a shit ton, and then like her fainting. I wish we would have had more scenes with Hobbs. We got one. Rusty brought her coffee, but other than that there wasn't much there. Ratings. I'm gonna give it an 8. It went up from last episode. It had a nice chunk of story in it. I wish there was a little more story, or I wish they would have covered other aspects of said story instead of going on some wild goose chases, but I guess you can't win it every time. I really did like it. I wish we would have had more with Sharon, but I guess we're getting that next episode, so who knows. Do something with Sharon and Andy instead of Andy just going like, Sharon, you okay? You're getting married. You gotta give us something. They're just like, oh, here, last episode, or last season we're gonna have them do different things, and then this episode, or this season, nothing until the 5th episode? Maybe they'll give us something next episode. So I can't imagine that they won't either make her go home or make her go to doctor or a medic or ER or something. They'll make her do something. I guess that was my predictions too. You know, I guess it will make her more aware that she needs to have, if something were to happen to her or Andy, she needs to have somebody there other than her kids to make decisions and to be there with her. No, I don't know. There's a bunch of different avenues it can go down. Join us next episode of Minor Incidents, where we cover Sanctuary City Part 4. I don't know where else they could go. I mean, I guess maybe they finish it up early so they could have more personal interactions with characters. I don't know. And I'm just now like starting to feel sweat in the back of my neck. I've been running a fever most of the day, among other things, and it's not comfortable. I'm gonna sneak in there and turn it